In this video I show you how you can work with tasks in Projectworx. Tasks can be used to define in detail what needs to be done in a project or even in a work package. So in addition to our main project structure, which is the timeline in the Gantt plan, we can define tasks that need to be done for each element in here. That keeps the Gantt plan relatively simple, but lets us track all the little steps and to-dos in a project workflow by adding them as tasks. After logging into Projectworx, you will find yourself in the dashboard. From here, there are two ways you can work through tasks. The first is to switch to a project you want to work on beforehand. We click on the project menu item, select the project and open the tasks area there. All tasks assigned to the project are displayed here in a list, regardless of which editor they have. At the very top we find the actions bar with the most important actions for this form. Refresh reloads the list. The second button can be used to create a new task for this project. There are more actions listed in the actions menu. This can be more or less depending on your user permissions in the project. For example, you can perform mass changes for multiple tasks simultaneously. This works only if elements have already been selected in the lower list. You can click on them individually or select all displayed elements by clicking on the top left. The list consists of several pages through which you can switch, but only the elements of the current page will be marked. That would be the first 200. Here on the bottom right, you can see the number of elements per page. We have the option to export this data to Excel or create a PDF from it using the print button. In the settings dialog, you can adjust the filter, for example, if you want to export only tasks of a specific project or of a single editor. On the right, you can set which information of a task should be included in the export. When you press export, you will get a PDF as download. The full screen button hides the left main menu and the upper project menu to make as much space as possible for the task list. If you want to end the full screen mode again, you have to deactivate the button by clicking it again. On the far right, we find another search field that can be used to limit the task list to a specific search text. The desired text is searched for in each displayed column. Below the actions bar, we find another area with predefined views. Per view, it is possible to define which columns are displayed in the list and also which filtering is applied to the entire project tasks. Below you can see which filters have been defined in this view. So here only those tasks are displayed whose status is open or in progress. Completed tasks do not appear. In comparison, further to the right, there is the view All Tasks. If you activate it, you will see that no filter is active at all, so open and completed tasks of this project will be displayed together. This view could be used when you search for a task that has already been completed. In the list itself, you can very quickly enter additional filterings to find the desired task. For example, you could search for a specific editor in the active tasks list. The top line is the filter line where you can simply type the text and the result will be filtered immediately. It is also possible to filter in several columns at the same time. The filter condition, for example, includes and start with, can be adjusted via the small filter icon per column. Date fields have their own conditions for date values, which makes it very easy to display all tasks that are due before today. In this list, you can even group by any column by simply dragging the column header to the top area. You can immediately see all the tasks grouped by editor and can expand the contained tasks per group. We can set up board views for tasks as well. So the same tasks from the list are shown as tiles in a task board that we can freely configure. Normally the Projectworx administrator defines these views, but we can have a look which possibilities we have here. We can define which filterings should be applied to the shown tasks, which layout we want for the tiles, and how we want to group our view. And this is what we get: a board with our defined filters and layout, and with the groups as columns. We can then move these tasks between the groups. So in a status board like this, I can quickly change the status of the task by moving it to another status column. Each task can be opened and edited by clicking on the task number. If you click with the Ctrl key pressed, the task doesn't open as window, but in a separate browser tab, which allows you to open several tasks at the same time. At the top of the task detail window, we again find an actions bar with a save button. And project managers also have the possibility to delete a task again. We will come to the other buttons in a moment. A task has a task number that's unique over all projects. It is displayed in the upper left corner. The most important fields are the name, the current status, and the due date. Below there are fields that define who is responsible for the task. And we distinguish here between the editor and the responsible person. The editor is the person who needs to work on the task. The responsible person is the one who is defined as responsible in this associated work package of the project plan. He must have a view of all tasks in his project and must be able to check if they are done on time by the editors. We also see here that there is both a person field and a role field. The reason is that most tasks are already copied from a template during project creation. In this template, only the project role from which the task is to be completed later is stored. For example, from the project owner. If the project manager then defines in the project team who is the project owner for this project, then this person is automatically entered as an editor for all tasks assigned to the project owner role. On the right, we find the assignment of the task to the project and also to the work package, which is the work package from the Gantt plan. A detailed text explaining the task can be inserted in the description field. Screenshots could also be added via copy and paste. For this purpose, the large view of the description form is often suitable, which can be activated via this icon with the 4 arrows. In this editor, of course, you will find the usual formatting options. You can deactivate this view by clicking the button again. Up there in the Actions menu, you will find the log. All changes or messages that have been entered for this task so far appear there. For example, if I change the status from open to in progress, the next time I view the task, it will show up in this list. Messages and notes can also be created in tasks. The note is only for information within the task, for example as documentation of the partial steps already carried out. A message is structured like a note, but it includes a recipient field. By default, it contains all the people who are entered in the project team. The All button would enter all these people as recipients of the message. However, it is very easy to switch to all contacts and thus send the message to any person stored in the system, not only to the project team. For information, in Projectworx only the first 20 entries matching the search term are loaded in all person lookup fields. As you type, the list is constantly reloaded, providing more and more accurate results. When you click Send, an email with this content is created on the server and sent to the recipients. In addition, we also see these messages and notes in the comments list, so all correspondence related to a task can be tracked at any time. When you are done with the task, it is quite essential that the status is also set to Done. Only this way the project manager can later complete the work package to which it is assigned without any problems. So this status feedback is essential to track the progress of the project. At the beginning of this video I mentioned that there are 2 ways in which tasks can be processed. At the one hand here in the project area, on the other hand there is a separate main menu item, Tasks. When you click on it, you get a list of all your own tasks across all projects. This means that the filter on a single project, which we had in the project area of course, is not applied here. Otherwise the form has exactly the same structure. We again have some available views above. My active tasks or also my responsibility. Here you can see all the tasks you are responsible for. As mentioned before, you don't have to actively work on these, but as a project manager or work package responsible, you need to keep an eye on whether they are being done by the editors. In order to get an overview of all new information on the multitude of tasks right at the start of Projectworx, there is the Task News dashboard. All changes to tasks that affect you will be listed there. Any status change or note or message entered in a task for you. So you don't have to search the task list daily for new items, they are displayed here centrally. Once you have reviewed the changes, the red checkbox should be checked. This way Projectworx knows that this news has already been noted and does not need to be displayed the next time it is loaded. This keeps the list relatively short and manageable. Another way to find the last changes in a list of tasks is to use the log functionality. If you open any task lists, that could be the one from the main menu or the project task list in the project menu, you will find this item log in the Actions menu. If you open it, you get the changes for the tasks that are currently shown in your task list. Then you could apply any filters in the filter bar to get the changes that you need. This was some information on how to work with tasks in Projectworx. Thank you very much for watching.